I, 20F, am wondering if my 20M fiancé is cheating? A few weeks ago I found another women's bra in our laundry. Our laundry basket is always in the open in the bedroom. The bra is so tiny it can't be anyone else's in the house. I'm talking it doesn't have pads or even a size, and no one in the house is itty bitty. I asked my mom, my sisters, even my one female friend who lives in another state that I visited 6 months prior. I asked my cousin, the neighbors, my fiancé's mom, his sister's ex, you name it. If there was a woman in my house within the year I lived there, I contacted them. Abid. No one recognizes it. I searched his phone and laptop and nothing came out of it. I recently found condoms. These aren't new, we bought them together when we were still new to things. The thing is, we only used 1/3 of them and 2/3 are used. I asked him about it and he says he used the second one, by himself. I think it's kind of fishy but possible. When I confronted him with the bra he seemed eager to clear his name. Hadn't noticed anything fishy about his behavior and I watched him for a week before confronting him with it. Today however, he's very attached to his phone, spending upwards of 45 minutes in the bathroom and taking frequent trips to it. It feels like he only spends 20 minutes of every hour out of the bathroom. I have no answer as to where the bra came from but no hard proof of anything. He's a good man, very kind, and before this the question is loyalty never crossed my mind. Advice? The simplest explanation is often the one closest to the truth. You found a bra that no one knows where it came from and a condom is missing. Now he's acting shady with his phone and spending like 1/3 of the day alone in the bathroom. I think you have all the evidence you need to solve this mystery. Why would a man ever need to use a condom alone? I would demand he let you go through his phone right now, today. If he has nothing to hide he won't hesitate to let you see there's nothing there. If he gets defensive and refuses to show you, you have your answer. The best idea is not to get married at 20 regardless. Bras don't just appear out of nowhere. It came from somewhere, and I bet he knows where. Men are dumb enough to not pay attention to details. I think if you have this evidence and you no longer trust him, then break off the engagement. You are way too young to get married anyway. You don't know who you are or what you want to do with your life, a life that has purpose. Please liberate and spend time loving yourself. I do not know why you would say he is a good man. He's a 20-yo that you think may be cheating on your. He's hardly a man and all. To call him good is dubious at best. It is never the act, it is always the cover-up that ends things. He is acting differently, that in of itself is enough to end things. You are young, he is young. Just chalk this up to being young and move on. Nobody here will be able to give a definite explanation, but as a 28 male I will say his reason for there being condoms missing is a huge red flag. I myself have never, nor has any male friends I have ever had the desire to wrangle the old skin snake with a rubber, less feeling? That's the opposite of what every man wants. I think that's BS. My 45M girlfriend, 36F, of 6 years kissed someone at a club last night and I don't know what to do. Apologies for the ramble, never did I think it would be me writing one of these and after no sleep. My girlfriend went out with a few work colleagues last night for a Christmas party. Her and one other ended up in a club and she got very drunk. I was due to be the taxi home for them, but as soon as she got in the car she blurted out that she had kissed someone. But it was okay because I told them I had a boyfriend. I told her it's not okay. Later on in the journey she let it slip, it may have been more than one. She was back out drunk after throwing up several times, so then wasn't the time to really discuss it. I said I would sleep in my son's room but haven't been able to sleep. Our relationship is generally very good, but I have 101 thoughts racing in my brain and I really don't know how to even approach this. She's very affectionate normally towards me. We have one child each that lives with us and are very much like siblings. I have a zero tolerance policy on cheating, personally. I'm engaged and I occasionally like to go out and get drunk with my friends, even visit the club every once in a while, but I stick to my friends like glue and don't interact with other men at all. They approach me, I walk away. They try to talk to me. I tell them I'm here with my friends and to leave me alone. No matter how drunk I am, I never forget to be loyal, because my fiancé is the most important and precious person to me. Sadly, it doesn't sound like your partner feels the same about you. She was aware enough to tell that guy she had a boyfriend, but they kissed multiple times. Nope, goodbye, the trust would be broken forever. Sounds like you value the relationship a lot more than she does. Sorry, op. Nothing much to it but to have her explain her actions and see if you can accept the explanation or not. Yeah bro, fuck her. When people get drunk the only person they want is their significant other if they truly do only have eyes for them. Your girlfriend clearly didn't. I think the most important thing is what she says and how she says it tomorrow when sobered up. If she is disgusted by herself and you can accept that, you make some new rules like no more blackout drunk etc. and as long as she can follow them I think there is no reason to break up with all consequences for the kid. I know there's no excuse for her behavior but drunk people do stupid things. The naivety on this sub is incredible. 1. Machine level zero tolerance policies. 2. Kids? So what, just dump that cheater, who kissed someone while drunk and immediately admitted it. Get a life folks. Family strife is far more complicated than the Romeo and Juliet sagas of the nulliparous 20-somethings amongst you have any clue about. If you didn't put her age, I would have thought she acts like a teenager, not a 36-year-old. Is it unreasonable for me, 27 male, to ask my wife, 26 female, to not drink? My wife and I have been married for 2 years. She drinks about once or twice a week, to the point of being pretty drunk, but she only gets really excessively blasted once every 2 or 3 months. She only drinks socially, rarely by herself. She also smokes weed, which I do not have a problem with, but which can obviously amplify the effects of alcohol on her. A few weeks ago she got excessively drunk and made out with an ex. She is not trickle-truthing me, I have proof they just made out. This has obviously hurt me and her both, and we've committed to rebuilding our marriage. We're seeing a counselor, I'm working hard to forgive her, which I absolutely can, and she's working hard to give me what I need to feel safe. She did not lie to me or try to hide what happened. The next morning she called me crying and told me, offering a heartfelt apology, as soon as she woke up. She's agreed to break off interactions with her ex, and has blocked him everywhere. The only part she cannot give up is her drinking. Initially, when she first told me about it, she agreed to stop drinking, even going as far as to get rid of all alcohol in the house in front of me, but she has since changed her mind. She says it's the holiday season and she wants to have fun with her friends and family. She agrees that she can have fun without drinking, but she says that with her friends and family in specific, composed of mostly heavy drinkers, not drinking will make her feel like the odd one out. I've told her that this makes me feel anxious and scares me, but she has said that she will continue drinking regardless. She did say, however, that she would cut down on drinking. The cheating took place after 10 drinks, and she agreed to limit herself to 5 or 6 drinks per night. She would also only drink at family events, birthday parties etc., and not anywhere else. Her ex is a family friend and often gets invited out to family events. She will avoid these events with him, and if the ex ends up getting invited to. This does still make me uncomfortable, as I know how difficult it is for her to stop drinking once she starts, and I'm afraid that even just 1 drink may easily turn into 10, and even if it stays at 1 drink it is triggering for me regardless. I feel like this is unfair as she has ruined my chance of having any fun during the holidays, but she is not willing to sacrifice her fun in order to help me feel better. Am I being unreasonable, and how can I let go of this worry I have and be okay with her drinking? I don't think you're being unreasonable at all. If it's enough to trigger you and make you feel like you have to babysit her all day, night through the upcoming holiday weekend and week, then how is that enjoyable for you? You're willing to compromise and work on the cheating bit, she's not willing to give up what caused the cheating. I'd be upset too. For me, weed is enough. Mixing with alcohol would cause me to be on a bender for a month. Lol, I gave up other drugs and drinking 13 years ago after basically letting it ruin my life. I'd stand my ground, but that's just me. Bro, the FK. She made out with an ex. Fking ended. She is a cheater and an alcoholic. This is the only time you know of. 10 drinks is way too many for a normal 26-year-old woman. It seems like she might have an issue with a tolerance like that. Even 5 or 6 is a lot. I don't think you're being unreasonable. Your partner has demonstrated that you feeling comfortable and secure is less important to her than her feeling that 5-drink buzz. Relationships are about priorities. Do hers match yours? You cannot be serious. 10 drinks? Limiting herself to 5 or 6? Your wife is an alcoholic, who apparently comes from a family of them, and who values alcohol more than her marriage. This will not end well. Get out now. It is not an unreasonable request. Given past behavior, it seems it is a must-emo. There is no reason to think that they will suddenly be able to limit themselves. But people tend to need to realize this on their own, hopefully before any irreconcilable damage is done. My 27F boyfriend, 35M, pays for everything but I feel trapped? Edit. I deeply appreciate everyone's perspectives already. I am going to sleep now and will reply more tomorrow. Thank you everyone for taking time out of your day to comment on my situation. If you are in a similar situation, I hope my post helps you. This is my first relationship, and I have zero guidance from my family or anyone else on relationships. They do not talk about this with me. I would really like to hear the opinions of older women. But also, if you are a man who is on his side, please share your thoughts. I want to understand where him is coming from. Okay, so I, 27F, have been in a relationship with my boyfriend, 32M, for 4 years now. When we met, I was independent, had my own job, could support myself, and lived in a modest apartment. Then I got into this relationship, and 2 years later we move in together. I'm living in this beautiful, expensive house that I absolutely can't afford on my own. My boyfriend offers to pay for everything, bills, whatever I need. He does actually pay for anything I cannot afford that is related to his lifestyle, like house bills, expensive dinners, trips. I still pay for all my personal needs. I still have my full-time job and own income. But I now feel like I'm carrying the emotional, mental, and physical weight of the entire household. I do all the chores, I take care of the house, his toddler kid, his relationships, his friendships, while also falling behind in my own life, and I'm expected to manage everything for him and me outside of work while also working a full-time job. He does not do any chores for himself or for the house, unless I ask him to, and when he does do it he says, "I pay for everything for you, so you do this." If I bring up my unhappiness or any issues in our relationship, his response is, "I'll pay for therapy for you," which is helpful, generous of him to do, but I wonder if it's dodging a bigger problem. Even though he supports me, I still want to keep my job and maintain my independence. He himself does not care whether I have a job or not. But at the same time, I feel like I'm getting stuck in this weird situation where I have to be his mother because I can't contribute financially. I never wanted to be any man's mother, but now I am. And it's confusing cause it's not for a deadbeat, unemployed man. And he said the only way for me not to be his mother and maid and for him to also start contributing to the household is for me to contribute financially 50-50, but I cannot afford his lifestyle. But I am also totally fine with living within my personal tax bracket as well. He is not. Every time I brought something up he said I'm ungrateful and anybody else would love to be in my position. Am I ungrateful? 'Cause if I am, just tell me, and I will correct myself. Overall, I'm just really confused. Is this just how relationships are after establishing love for each other? The daily lifestyle? I'm really sad every day. I feel very alone and nobody to talk to this about. Sorry if some things don't make sense. It's all very confusing for me, and English is not my first language. If he is willing to pay for therapy, he can pay for a cleaning lady. There is a word people use that might suit your situation, bangmaid. You are a secretary, maid that he gets to have sex with. You are his employee, not his partner. Do with that as you will. It'll never be 50-50. He knows you'll probably never earn what he does and he'll continue to spend, increasing the lifestyle, so you can't even if you made more money. You'll have to make a decision, soon, on what you want your life to be like. It seems strange because from the outside he seems so generous. But his generosity is all related to things that you didn't ask for. The fact that he mentioned that someone else would be grateful in your position, almost seems like he thinks you can be replaced by someone else. To me your life seems like a gilded prison. You work full-time and do all the chores, childcare and other perfect spouse partner, but what are you really getting out of this? You seem so unhappy. The fact that you don't feel respected and feel a massive imbalance of power should tell you that this relationship is not the right one for you. Move out. Live within your own means. Date him if you enjoy dating him. Do not move in with him again until and unless you are married and agree to joint ownership of all income, assets, expenses, and debts. He wants someone to cook, clean, care for his child, and still pay for half his lifestyle. Don't do it.